Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, let's take a look at this 2022 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. The Sahara is a pretty popular trim level for the Wrangler and combines both off-road capability as well as luxury features. The Sahara also gives you things such as a body-colored hardtop, blacked-out wheels, blacked-out badging, and of course a pretty nice interior overall. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. This vehicle does have a couple of things here on the key fob, which includes your unlock, lock, remote start, as well as your panic button. To remote start the vehicle, make sure the vehicle is locked, and double click the remote start button. And as you can see, the vehicle will start up automatically. After waiting a couple of seconds, just go ahead and double click it again, and it will shut right off. Coming around here to the front, as you can see, you do have a pretty nice and standard grille. This, of course, signifying the Jeep brand, of course, as you can see there. Overall, it has been a pretty iconic grille for many decades, and it has continued to age pretty well. This one here does come with a set of nice headlights here. These are more so halogens than anything else, but you can upgrade these headlights, as there is a huge market for them, and you can put on LEDs if you want to. You also have these very nice and iconic side markers here, which are pretty cool. And of course, you do have fog lamps right down there below. As you can see, we're taking a look at Firestone Destination tires, and these are, if I can find the wheel size here, these are 17-inch wheels. They're 255 75 R17s all the way around. Of course, Trail rated Sahara badging, as well as your Jeep Wrangler Unlimited badging down there. You also do get your plastic mirror covers. With that being said, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing you easy access to the interior as well as to get out of the interior. And to do that, as long as you have the key fob on you, just simply come to the door handle. There's a touch sensor right here. Put your hand in, and the vehicle will indicate unlocking, allowing you to jump on in. And if you want to lock the vehicle, just simply tap this button here, and the vehicle will go ahead and lock itself. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Black Clearcoat with the black leather interior. Coming over here to the door panel, as you can see, there isn't a lot to go through, and that's because of the Jeep, which makes sense. You do have, of course, your hard touch plastic material on top here as expected, but of course it's made up for that down here with some soft touch padded material. You have some very nice white stitching. You do have an aluminum door handle, your controls for your mirrors, controls for your locks here, your unlock and lock, as well as a little cargo, not a cargo net, but rather a net where you can store some items, of course, which is pretty cool. This vehicle does come standard with push button ignition, so as long as you have the key fob on you or in the vehicle, just simply put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. This vehicle does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house controls for your main menu screen up there, as well as your hands-free telephone and Bluetooth connectivity here. You have your cruise control settings here, and then this right here, which is completely blank, is going to be for your safety features, which you can get a safety group package from Jeep, which includes your adaptive cruise control, lane departure, and lane keeping assist, which would be in this little section here. Coming up to the screen, as you can see, we're taking a look at two main gauges. To your left, you're going to have your tachometer. To the right, you're going to have your speedometer. And right in the center is going to be your information panel here, as you can see. And we're taking a look at quite a bit of things here, such as your compass to the top left, temperature to the top right, of course your current speed, and then of course you have your coolant temperature to your left and fuel range to the right. As you can see, this vehicle currently sits at just over 32,000 miles, and overall it does look pretty nice. Now, with that being said, as you use the little pad here on the steering wheel, you'll be able to go through a couple of different menus here. So as you can see, we're taking a look at the speedometer currently. You're going to have vehicle info, which includes your tire pressure monitoring system, coolant temperature, transmission temperature, oil pressure, oil life, battery voltage, and then back to your tire pressure. Off-road information, such as for your drivetrain, your pitch and roll. Fuel economy, as you can see here, it's going to give you your average fuel economy, as well as your range to empty. Pretty nice to see. Trip information, which includes your distance traveled, average fuel economy, elapsed time, and this is going to be for your trip A as well as your trip B, which is pretty nice. Stop start, obviously the vehicle is not going to do that because I am not wearing a seatbelt currently, but again, I'm not going to be driving this vehicle. This is just a review. What's playing on the radio, any messages, screen setup, and then back to your speedometer. Coming over here to the right, we're going to be taking a look at a 8.4 inch display here, which is actually not really 8.4 inches. It's probably like it's more like a 7 inch display here. As you guys can see, you can upgrade to the 8.4 inch display if you want to in the Sahara trim level, but as you can see, this 7 inch display is probably going to be very useful for a lot of people. Now, as you guys can see here, we are looking at the Uconnect 4 system, which is kind of the older system in this vehicle, but it does look really, really nice. Now, as you can see, we are in the navigation section, as indicated right there, and it's going to include some things here such as where to, view map, home, as well as work, any information down here, emergency contacts, navigation settings. So let's go ahead, since we're already here, and let's take a look at the map. It is the older system. Like I said, this is the Uconnect 4 system here, and the graphics are okay at best. They have aged pretty well. To me, it does look a little grainy at times. Not really on the camera that you're seeing right now, but if you're looking at it from a visual perspective, it does look a little dated. Now, with that being said, it's going to give you your current street, current city, and then you do have your little menu right here. You zoom in and out, that's what these are for, and then this here is going to be for your different options. All right, so coming back here to media, go ahead and make sure our volume is down to avoid copyright. It's going to show you what's playing on the radio currently. You have all your preset stations up here, all your different sources over here, such as AM, FM, as well as Sirius XM radio. You're going to have different things down here, such as your browse, replay. You can replay a song, tune, which deals with the audio stuff. If you want to tune a particular song or whatever the case may be, you can do that. Traffic and weather updates, as well as audio. You have climate right down here, as you can see. Your climate is off, which obviously makes sense. It is pretty cold out today. You have different controls here for the driver and passenger as far as your heated seats are concerned, heated steering wheel. You have the dimmed mirror. You can turn that on, backup camera, as well as different settings. As you can see here, it's pretty much a comprehensive list of different things that you can go through, such as language, display, clock, voice, camera. Hold on. Safety and driving assistance, mirrors and wipers, lights, doors and locks, seats and comfort. Key off options, audio, phone, Bluetooth, Sirius XM setup, or you can just do a complete factory reset if you want. Coming over here to apps, that's going to be for your Uconnect system in the vehicle. So you have Sirius XM Travel Link, driver heated seat, passenger heated seat, projection manager. That's going to be for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Wi-Fi hotspot, SOS, so any roadside assistance that you might need or any situation you might get yourself involved in with this vehicle, you can definitely call for help. Assist, of course, kind of deals with the same thing on a much more professional scale. Same thing with the SOS here. Activate services here is going to be for your Uconnect system, and that's going to be from your mobile device. Notifications, you can view off-road pages here, app manager, your backup camera, and then of course you're going to have things like your heated wheel, mirror dimmer, your Sirius XM, or in this case your media, climate controls, controls for the seats, nav, phone settings, and audio settings. And as you come here, we go to phone. You can pair a phone in the vehicle if you want to, and then come into settings. As we just went through, as you guys can see here, it's pretty much, you know, self-explanatory, if you will, which is nice. So with that said, we're going to go back to the main screen here. Coming down here below that, you're going to have your volume knob and tuning knobs, controls for your air conditioning, heated steering wheel button here, front and rear defrost. You do have your dual zone controls here, so you can adjust the temperature based on how you feel. Fan positioning, AC, recycling, your this is for your four-wheel drive thing, or your four-wheel drive system here. This is, of course, you can turn the screen completely off if you want, or you can turn it back on there. Traction control on or off, auto stop start on or off, and then mute for the audio system. Coming down below that, these are going to be for your window switches, of which all of them are, the front two are fully automatic, the bottom two are not. You do have a regular 12-volt DC power port here. And then here where it says media, you now have an aux port, USB-C, as well as a regular USB port here. As you can see, as you come to the gear shifter here, you do have a little reminiscence of the original Jeep from 1941, which is pretty nice. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, it does have an 8-speed automatic transmission. It does give you a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and the lines do adjust as you turn the wheel, and the camera quality is pretty good. And you can see here, or as you can see here, your four-wheel drive adjustments here. As you can see, you do have two cup holders here. You do have a manual shift boot here. As you can see, coming over here to the glove compartment, you have a good amount of storage space, as well as another USB-C port there. And then you have a smaller one up here, which is pretty nice. Coming over to these seats, they're very nice and soft and comfortable. These are full-on leather material here, as expected. And of course, it does have the Sahara badging on the seat itself, which looks really nice. And overall, it does look pretty good. Now, with that being said, the one thing obviously to know about a Jeep is that you have different pinpoints to where you can get yourself in and out. You have a handle here, which is very nice. You're gonna have handles on both sides here, as you can see, and that's pretty cool and all that. Now, with that being said, continuing on here, you do have your nice mirror here. You do have some things up here. Your passenger airbag, your assist right button here, and an SOS is right there. It does have your 3 garage home link here, which is nice. You have a visor with a mirror. Of course, you have clips that you can remove the hardtop from, and of course, it is a 2-person operation. Coming over to the far left, you do have your gauge dimmer switches as well as your headlight controls. And so with that being said, guys, overall so far, the Jeep Wrangler Sahara does look really nice. And for what it is, it's quite good. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's check out the rest of this vehicle. And I want to go ahead and apologize for any wind noise that you might encounter, as it is very windy today. Okay, I was trying to find the hood thing, but I think I have to do it from the front there. Coming into the back of the Jeep Wrangler, as you can see, materials do carry throughout, which look really nice. Overall, I do like the feel of it. Very comfortable, very soft. You do have 2 seat pockets, one on both sides. You have little vents right here, which you can open and close like that. You also have your controls for your windows right here, USB-C, USB ports, and of course a 150 watt plug out right there, which is pretty nice. And last but not least, you do have a pad armrest with 2 cup holders. It's pretty cool. Fuel tank is right here. The Jeep Wrangler Sahara does come with halogen tail lamps, which of course you can upgrade to LEDs if you want aftermarket. Obviously we are looking at the spare tire here, which is nice. And as you can see, it does look pretty good. Checking out cargo space in the Jeep Wrangler. As you can see, you do have a very generous amount of room in here. As you can see, currently we're looking at about 31.4 cubic feet of cargo space, which is quite nice. If you were to fold down the second row here, space expands up to around 72.5 cubic feet of space, which overall is pretty good. As you can see, you do have your carpeted mats here, carpeted trunk line or carpeted trunk mat here, and then underneath here, you have even more storage underneath, which is pretty nice. Of course, you do have your tow hitch right down there. Now, for some reason, the hood will not open, although I did detach the 2 clips on both sides there. But since the engine is running, and you guys can clearly hear it, this has the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6, and it produces 285 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque. Again, my apologies for not being able to show what's under the hood, because the hood will not open at this time. Alright guys, so overall the Jeep Wrangler has been very nice to check out, and overall my first time sitting in a Wrangler in probably many years, I think since high school. But I will say that overall I really like what this is, although some people will probably say that, you know, there are other models that are out there that are better, a la that Bronco over there. But overall, still, Jeep has been in the game, you know, doing these types of vehicles for over 80 years. You know, they've done really well for themselves. And of course, despite what people might think about this car safety-wise, it's still pretty fun to get one of these and take these off the beaten path. No matter if you go for the Sahara, the Rubicon, or even the crazy 392 model, which is a completely different review on its own. But with that said, guys, no window sticker for this one, but it did come with a few options, and this totaled, when it was brand new, to just over $52,000. So take that as you will. And so with that being said, guys, that's going to do it here for this walk around and tour of this 2022 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara, finished off in black leather, finished off in black metallic with the black leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.